Hello everyone.
Hello, guys.
Hope that you are fine and really enjoy the process of distance learning, even though some of you really miss going to school.
But anyway, these days you have more free time to think over your future, about your future occupation, the sphere you would like to be involved in, and the job you will have to apply for.
So let us speak about your future career today, what is necessary for you to know about some crucial elements. Every person is to pass an interview and he or she must do his best to pass it successfully if he wants to be hired. Let us get across some definitions you need to identify first of all. They are a job interview, a curriculum vitae, and covering letter.
A job interview is an interview consisting of a conversation between a job applicant and a representative of an employee, which is conducted to assess whether the applicant should be hired. Interviewers are one of the most popular used devices for employee selection. And here we can give you some advice, what must you do and what mustn't you do during the interview. Of course, do not lie and do turn off mobile.
Do find out where the venue is beforehand, how to get there and how long it takes, and do not read from notes or your CV.
Do find out what kind of interview it will be beforehand so you can prepare. And do prepare answers or the main questions. For example, why do you want this job?
Do quote real examples of when you have used certain skills and do not ask about money.
Do not ask for feedback on your performance at the interview, and of course, do not be late.
Do dress smartly, look bright and attentive, and speak clearly and coherently. And do not use slang words.
Do not criticize former colleagues and do prepare some questions to ask at the end. So here are some advice and of course you can follow them to be successful during your interview. So some of these tips must be followed before the interview and some of them must be considered on the day of the interview.
So find out what kind of interview it will be beforehand. It may be an interview with a panel or just one person interviewing several candidates at the same time. And if you have a group interview, it's often because the interviewer wants to see how you interact with people, to find out if you are a leader or a team player, and the style of interview should be indicated on the letter you receive. But if you have doubts, do contact the company in advance to find out.
Find out as much as possible about their company you are applying to and the particular job they are offering. The job description and the person specification will tell you the type of person that the company is looking for. And this will enable you to predict the questions that you are likely to be asked.
And prepare your answers to probable questions in advance of the interview. An interviewer will usually ask about your strengths and weaknesses. Do give concrete examples to illustrate your strengths and be constructive about your weaknesses by saying what successful steps you have already taken to overcome them.
Prepare 2 or 3 questions that you can ask at the end of the interview, and this should be about the company or about the role and demonstrate that you are really interested in the company.
Before the interview, study your CV and application form carefully so that the information you give about yourself and your experience is consistent with what you have written.
Find out the location of the venue your interview for your interview, how to get there and how long it will take, so that you arrive in plenty of time on the day. It's very important not to be late.
So when the great day you have been getting ready for is here, aim to create a positive first impression by dressing smartly, because showing up in jeans and trainers won't make a great first impression. Knowing the type of organization that you have applied to will help to decide what is best to wear.
Speak confidently and clearly. Only 7% of the interviewer's opinion of you will be formed by what you say. The rest will be judged on how you look and sound. If you feel nervous, breathe slowly and deeply to help you stay calm. Remember that an interview is for the company to find out if you are the right person for them and if it is right for you.
And of course, be as enthusiastic as possible about the role in the company. Smile and let your personality shine through. So, guys, now we offer you to watch a short video prepared by Stephen Kurkinen. You will listen to an example of an interview, not a successful one, first of all, and afterwards you will get a chance to try to answer the questions by yourselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Stephen, your online English teacher, and in today's video we'll be doing a conversation called Job Interview. So if you go to my website at englishstreams.com, under Conversations you'll see the Job Interview conversation. So please go there to follow along. Now the first time I read this conversation, I'm going to read both parts, part A and part B. And I just need you to listen, and you can repeat some of the words and phrases I say. So just practice your listening and your pronunciation. Now this is an intermediate or medium level conversation. It's not meant to learn new vocabulary. It's just meant to practice listening, pronunciation, and some conversation. So let's get started. Hello James, my name is Stephen. I'm the owner of this company. Please sit down over here. Thank you, Stephen. It's nice to meet you. So, welcome to Classic Bike Company, where we specialize in making the finest bicycles in the world. Thank you for giving me this interview. I appreciate it. My pleasure. James, why are you applying for a job with our company? Well, honestly, I need a new job, and I love your company, so here I am. I understand. James, tell me about yourself. Well, I am 35 years old and I am from Oregon, USA. Oregon? I think I've heard of that state. Beautiful and very green, right? Yes, it is. I see. And tell me about your family. Well, there are 6 people in my family. I have a wonderful wife and 4 daughters. That's great. And what do you currently do? I currently work on a farm raising chickens, and I teach English part-time. That's interesting. Do you enjoy what you do? Yes, both jobs are great, but they're only part-time. I see. Tell me, what are your interests? What do you like and dislike? Okay, well, I enjoy reading and playing guitar. My favorite foods are guacamole and Thai food, and I don't like sweets because they give me headaches. Wow, that's interesting. What skills or talents do you have that might be beneficial for work here at my company? Well, I can work with customers, I'm good with computers, I speak Chinese, and I'm really good at working with others. That's nice. James, there have been many applicants into my office today, and we can only hire one of you. Please tell me, why should we hire you instead of the other applicants? What is unique about you? What makes you stand out from the crowd? Well, I think your company should hire me because I am self-motivated, a team player, and a quick learner. Okay, James, thank you for coming today. We will call you in a few weeks with our decision. Take care and have a nice day. Thank you so much. Goodbye. So now we're finished with the completed conversation. Now it's time to do the creative conversation, and this is where things get fun. So let's practice this. I will be A and you be B. I don't know your name, so I'm going to call you friend. You call me Stephen, all right? And remember, when it's your part, I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to go ahead and finish your line. and then I will continue. So I'm sorry if I stop you or if I talk over you. That's just the way that we're going to have to try this because it's video and I don't know when you start and when you end. Okay, so let's give it a try. Hello friend, my name is Stephen. I'm the owner of this company. Please sit down over here. So welcome to Stephen's Coffee Shop, where we specialize in making the finest coffee in the world. My pleasure. Friend, why are you applying for a job with our company? I understand, friend. Tell me about yourself. Really? I think I've heard of it. It's very beautiful and green, right? I see. And tell me about your family. That's great. And what do you currently do? That's interesting. Do you enjoy what you do? I see. Tell me, what are your interests? What do you like and dislike? Wow, that's interesting. And what skills or talents do you have that might be beneficial for work here at my company? That's great. Friend, there have been many applicants into my office today, and we can only hire one of you. Please tell me, why should we hire you instead of the other applicants? What is unique about you? What makes you stand out from the crowd? Okay, friend, thank you for coming today. We will call you in a few weeks with our decision. Take care and have a nice day.
We hope you got a great pleasure and succeeded by giving correct answers. All of you have heard such abbreviation as CV before, but not all of you know what it really means. Maybe some of you have already heard what is covering letter. So let us discuss. Let us speak about two documents of yours that you're expected to be ready with before applying for a job. Curriculum vitae, more commonly referred to by its shorthand abbreviation CV, a Latin term meaning course of life, is a detailed document highlighting your professional and academic history.
So your curriculum vitae is a complete overview of every qualification you have. It includes every job, every employer, every training, every paper you've published, and every patent your name appears on. But that's not the only document you need to come across with. There is also a covering letter, and our students often mix these documents or do not understand what the difference between these two is.
A cover letter is a brief overview of your background and what you are going for. So it lets an employee know what kind of work you are seeking or the specific job to which you are applying. And it tells them something about your background to convince them to look at your CV and consider you for employment.
So the covering letter should address items not included in the CV. The idea is to give the interviewer some insight to the applicant that would not be in the work or educational history.
Employees want to know if the person is a fit. Job skills are only one part of it. It is helpful to know if you like dogs, if travel is involved. The covering letter is the place to mention a love or hate for travel. The covering letter shouldn't highlight or repeat information on the CV.
And the covering letter is your opportunity to address things that can't or shouldn't be put in the CV. The covering letter is basically you talking to the hiring manager, explaining why you should be given an interview.
The CV needs to be written to hit all the keywords that the job description mentions. The cover letter is more conversational. It also demonstrates your writing abilities, so grammar, spelling, and punctuation are critical. If there is anything in the job description that couldn't go in the CV, the cover letter is a good place.
So let us have a look at the examples. So here you see a CV and a covering letter. So in your CV, you see complete overview of every qualification you have. It includes every job, every employer, as we mentioned, every training, every paper you've published. So you mention all the information about your professional experience, about your education, about different awards and certificates. As you see, you also must mention the exact period of time when you have been working in this or that organization. So you can see that in the slide. So here it is. So, and speaking about covering letter.
Covering letter tells them something about your background to convince them to look at the CV and consider you for employment. The cover letter is you explaining why you should be given an interview. And in covering letter, you can mention your professional experience, or you can write about your traits, about your hobbies maybe. So look at the example. I have more than 5 years of experience managing restaurants and bars, and my professional experience my professional expertise aligns closely with the responsibilities outlined in your job advertisement. Or I proved to be an efficient, enthusiastic, and strong leader. So thank you for being with us. That's all for our today's lesson. And we really hope that you got pleasure and you got rather useful information for your future. And we really hope that in your future, you will follow our advice and you will get a job of your dream.
So just to make sure that you will keep on practicing the skills that we hope you have got today, we ask you to prepare a curriculum vitae and a covering letter of your own by the 1st of May, so by Friday, and send it to your teacher's email.
Follow the link given below and use the samples to prepare your CV, your own CV, and a covering letter of your own. Thank you for being with us. We were really glad to see you. See you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.